I need to study this book before I teach it in my class next week. Now look at the number of pages here. It's going to take me at least 3 to 4 days to finish this. Now I know this happens with a lot of you. I'm going to share a tool that helps you prepare and study for a classroom. It's called Notebook LM, and it's an AI powered studying and teaching assistant built by Google. You can upload any resource you want, and Notebook LM helps you understand it better. Unlike other AI powered tools, Notebook LM doesn't scrape the internet. It only uses what you upload into it. You can upload Google Docs, Google Sheets, PDFs, and even copy text and website URLs into Notebook LM. If I upload a PDF into Notebook LM and ask it to help me understand it better, Notebook LM can even convert it into a podcast. So I can just listen to it while I commute to my school or do my errands. It takes much less time than actually reading a book. I'm going to share a couple of ways that you can use Notebook LM as a teacher. So let's get started. So the first use case that we're going to talk about is lesson planning in Notebook LM. When you open Notebook LM, this screen will pop. You can start by adding sources. Notebook LM will scan through your resource, whether it's a PDF or even a Google Doc or whatever resource that you want to add. Google Notebook LM has extracted key information from the PDF that I've added. Now, I can create a lesson plan for this PDF. All I have to do is type a prompt here. Create a 40-minute lesson plan for this resource and add learning objectives. Let's see. See, Notebook LM is just scanning the text and looking at the sources. Now, as you can see, Notebook LM has created a 40-minute lesson plan for you. This has different sections, activity focus, and source material where it has picked these pointers from. So, if you click on this link right here, it will even give you a source of this information, the source of where it found these activities and these sections. Now, if you want, you can also add comprehension questions or assessment to this. Just type generate reading comprehension questions for this. Now, Notebook LMS again scanning the sources, reading the chapters. As you can see, it has come up with a bunch of comprehension questions that you can share with your students. So that's how you can generate full lesson plan with Notebook LM and even create assessments. The next use case is differentiated instruction. This means breaking down your lesson plan so it fits the need of different students, be it students from different grade levels or students with learning difficulties. Let's see how Notebook LM helps you with that. For this, I'm going to continue using the same source that we used earlier. Explain this content at a 5th grade reading level. Now, Notebook LM will adjust the sentence complexity, the vocabulary, and the depth of explanation that fits 5th graders. See how Notebook LM has divided the PDF into small sections so 5th graders can understand it. It's also converted pointers into simple questions, like is the USA one team forever? And you can see the sentence structure has also changed to fit a younger target audience. Now, you can also generate vocabulary lists from this lesson plan. Just ask, pull out key vocabulary words from this chapter and create definitions and simple example sentences. Now, as you can see, Notebook LM has pulled a long list of vocabulary to teach 5th graders. It's given the vocabulary word, the definition, and even an example sentence. You can even download this table and share with students, and they can take home and read it later. It's really that easy. The third use case of Notebook LM is collaborative development. If you work with a team, Notebook LM can act as a shared workspace for brainstorming and creating lesson plans. Just create or open a workbook, name the notebook anything you want, and now you can use the share button at top of the notebook and add co-workers via email. Now, if your colleagues type any notes or draft any lesson plans, everything is saved within this notebook, so all of you can access it. You can even add notes that teachers can revisit later when they visit this notebook. Now, the fourth and the most interesting use case of Notebook LM is generating video and audio overviews. No matter what source you add into Notebook LM, be it a PDF, a Google Doc, or even a URL, Notebook LM can convert it into a video or an audio overview. Let's see how it is. We already have a American Civil War history PDF right here. We're just going to go right here and convert it into an audio overview. Now, Notebook LM will take a few minutes to generate this audio overview. But let me tell you, This audio overview is just like a podcast where Notebook LM brings out two AI generated voices, be it male or female, and have them discuss the topic together. A boring textbook chapter turns into an interesting, engaging podcast that you can actually ask questions to. Now, Notebook LM has converted our source into a podcast. Now, listen to it, shall we?
We want to strip away some of the mythology and really distill that incredibly volatile period between 1848 and 1861.
And see how these two very different American cultures just couldn't coexist.
And
So, you see, it's just like two people talking. Now you can listen to this podcast as is, but I'm going to join in and actually ask questions. Now, as I turn interactive mode on, the podcast actually let me join and ask questions.
here is to understand what
Oh, hey there. How can we help?
Can you give me a short answer on why the war actually happened?
That is a great question.
and you cut right to the core of the issue.
Okay, let's unpack this with a short answer first, then we'll dive into the details.
The war started because of a fundamental and uncompromising difference.
Specifically, it was the division between free and slave states.
Yes.
So, as you can see, I can just ask questions in the middle anytime I want. That's why Notebook LM is one of my favorite tools because, unlike you do with a book, you can actually listen to your sources and actually ask questions. Now, Notebook LM is fun, but you need to have some ethical considerations in mind. AI is only a helper, it's not a teacher. You should always cross check the answers that AI provide you and also encourage students to think critically and not solely rely on AI. Verify accuracy and watch for biases. You can use Notebook LM citations to verify its output and make sure whatever it provides is 100% correct. Protect your privacy. Never upload your sensitive school documents or students' documents into Notebook LM. Always make sure that the information you upload is publicly available and copyright free. If you keep all this in mind, you can make the most of Google's Notebook LM. So go ahead, try it now, and let us know in the comments what you used it for. In this channel, we help teachers use AI to the fullest. So subscribe to stay on top of all AI updates that help you better as a teacher. See you in the next one.